Welcome to We Won't Fly TV. You're here with George Donnelly, one of the co-founders. Jim Babb will be on with us in a few minutes. We Won't Fly is a grassroots consumer advocate. Basically, we care about the flyers. We don't represent any corporations or the TSA. We're just trying to get a message of concern, of dignity, and of liberty out there. So if you want to, we have a co-host feature. You can click right over there if you want to be a co-host. If Jim Babb, if you could give that a try again. We're expecting our other co-founder, Jim Babb, to be on the line shortly. And we're going to talk about our billboard project. But basically, this is a short show, and I'm going to give you a rundown of what we're all about. First of all, this debate is not about security versus privacy. It's about safety. The TSA, what they do is security theater. It's actually making us less safe, and you can find out more about that at wewon'tfly.com. That's our website. There's a slideshow, which you're looking at right now. It's on the front page of our website. The TSA is ineffective and dangerous. They test bombs. In one report, 75% of the fake bombs that were used to test screeners were missed at Los Angeles airport. They're trampling our dignity and our liberty with no security in return. They put our risk at health, not just from the radiation, but also from the contagion that can happen with the failure of them to change their gloves when they grope us. It's just not worth the trouble to fly anymore. You can help us make a difference by not flying. We just need to boycott until the airlines get on our side. Let the airlines know how you feel, too. And, it's not that we want the airlines to be unprotected. We need real security, and the TSA is not giving us that. So, Jim Babb, are you there? Hi, Jim. I can hear you. That's great. Can you turn down your speakers a little bit? That's a little better. Yeah, thanks. So, Jim, can you tell us about the billboard contest? That's great news. So, how did you raise the money so quickly? And do you think people can roll this out in their local towns, near their local airports? Excellent. So it has the winning design been selected yet? Excellent. All right. Well, I'll let you. Anything else you want to tell the audience, Jim? Excellent. Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Jim. I'll let you go. I know you're a busy guy. Have a great day. Okay. So I don't know if you heard the echo. I heard an echo, but I hope we'll have that figured out for next time. So there's a lot. This issue still has an enormous amount of traction. There are all kinds of parody videos coming out, including the Taiwanese folks who keep just these masterpieces, keep producing these masterpieces of video parody. And here's another one you can find at youtube.com/NMA World Edition. Um, you know, it's very important to laugh about this stuff because if you don't, you could cry. But seriously, one of our most effective tools is parody, satire, humor, even ridicule, because these people, they're feeding off of us, they're leeching off of our tax money in order to mistreat us, to treat us like dirt most of the time. And there's no reason why we should put up with that. People who treat others poorly have no business being treated like with respect until such time as they figure out what they're doing and fix it. So here's another piece of news. The TSA has listened to those people with disabilities or medical issues have complained. And for example, the gentleman whose urostomy bag was broken by the TSA, who then leaked urine all over his body, they especially listened to him. And they've come up with something new. It's basically people can carry their medical notification cards and let the TSA know about whatever the medical condition might be. Now, I think this is really just a Band-Aid. It's not going to solve anything. In the case of Andrew Sawyer, I think his name was, the gentleman who had his urostomy bag broken by the TSA. The TSA agents wouldn't listen when he tried to tell them what his medical condition was. So, this is nice, but it's a Band-Aid, and it's not going to solve the problem. The basic issue is TSA employees don't seem to really care. They don't have any incentive to care. We can't fire them. They can't, we have no say. They're simply not accountable. Here's another piece of news. Dr. Oz, who has a daytime talk show, did a segment on the dangers of radiation. He had a representative from TSA who really was rather lame, didn't really answer the questions that Dr. Oz presented. Dr. Oz recommended that people, at least people in certain groups, such as seniors and children and people who've had cancer, opt out of the scanners. So I think this is a real coup for what we're working on, to have someone with such a following, someone with this level of credibility, speak out in opposition to what the TSA is doing and caution people. Let's see. You may remember Stacy Armato, the mom who was really mistreated terribly by TSA agents. Again and again, she tried to fly with breast milk for her young son, just a few months old. And the TSA wanted to scan it, wanted to x-ray it, they just didn't want her to take it with her. And this was in violation of TSA policies. She just couldn't even get the TSA to follow their own policies. And in fact, when she cited those policies, there's a video on the internet showing this, they put her into one of these glass cages and just left her there, brought her to tears. And now the TSA says that they've worked with her and she doesn't report any more incidents. But it's not quite that easy, because she's had to avoid these agents who have mistreated her in the past, fly out of different gates. And it's not that the TSA necessarily has improved, just that she has gotten better at avoiding the mistreatment. So again, there's right over here, there's a co-host feature. You can click on that and join me on air, ask questions or whatnot. Earlier we had Jim Babb on doing that. Over in Salt Lake City, some concerned individuals held a protest. They held up signs. My child's genitals are not a matter of national security. No cancer scanner, no freedom fondles. TSA doesn't keep us safe, they keep us scared. How right they are. These enterprising individuals took it upon themselves to educate travelers about what's going on. This is just great, and more of us should be doing this. That was in Salt Lake City. It's more evidence of what we've been saying for quite some time now, that this is security theater, because the scanners don't even work. And now here comes a report about if you shape the PETN explosive like a pancake and put it on your abdomen, the scanners may not even pick that up. And that could be quite a lot of explosive. Here's a new sleeve for computers. I love being treated like a criminal I love being treated as a criminal by the TSA. I wonder how they'll react when that goes through security. The TSA has rolled out a program where you can pay to jump to the front of the scanner line. I don't know how many people are going to take them up on that. Doesn't seem very useful. Finally, at the Clarion Ledger in Mississippi, air travelers are being urged to be more patient. I don't know about you, but I don't think we should be more patient. I think we should be more impatient, because we are being forced to trade our privacy, our liberty, our dignity for absolutely no additional security. We may even be less safe than before. So you can get the links and the recorded version of this show at wewon'tfly.com/blog. Thanks for listening. We'll be doing this show every Wednesday at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And hopefully our quality will improve as time goes on. This is just our first show. I look forward to hearing your comments, and maybe next week someone can join us as a co-host and let us know your thoughts on these issues, because really it affects us all, and it affects us all internationally too, because of how tight-knit the airport system is. Thanks again. Have a great day. This is George Donnelly for We Won't Fly, and I'll see you next week.